What we're doing here today is we're going to have presentations by some funny people. I think we should take a moment, get to meet them, get to know them a little bit more. That's what I'm going to do right now. If this was a real show, there would be music, walking music. There's not. So instead, I'm going to narrate. I'm going to pick up this stool. I'm going to bring it over here. Thank you, Jenna. Appreciate it. I'm going to sit on the stool and take a sip from my beverage.
Cheers.
I'm going to turn to my right, talk to Ernest, Cabellero, everybody. Ernest, let's give it up!
So my name is Ernest Cabellero. Thank you guys for coming on out. Thank the cast for setting up this show. Megan is awesome. Megan is a boss. She is one. I genuinely, it's awesome seeing you guys on out here. Because without you guys, I'm just a dick with a mic. So it's...
Nice jacket. Yeah. Drafted by the jacket.
Hey, I dig it. But today we are doing the hero's journey. This is Drunken Discourse. Woo! Kapow. So the hero's journey. So the hero's journey in a nutshell is 1. Call to adventure. 2. He has a problem that he needs to overcome. And 3. He returns the hero. And now, when I say he returns, that means he defeated the problem, the challenge. And when he returns, it can be like a item, kind of like a sword, almost, something magical, or like a really good beer, something he was craving. But it doesn't have to be literal either, When you defeat the challenge could have been anxiety. It could have been like a fear that was holding you back. And when on the return, he has knowledge. He has confidence that he was able to defeat that fear and just add to his character. Improvement. That's all it is. That was one of my first shows. This show's a little bit different. They fuck you up beforehand. This one I was fucked up afterhand. So I'm the dude far right. Have a hand over my head right now. And guys, this is like so this is only like 6 months. 6 months into comedy, I finally get booked. First show. What? Yes. And I did it. I was like, dude, I'm so pumped up right now. And I did my first show, it's all packed. Oh, I killed it. People are like laughing, just holding your gut. And I'm like, man, I did it. My idea of success was getting paid for what you love. So, success is, everybody has their own definition of what success is. Mine was getting paid for what I love. 6 months in the comedy, I did it. Yeah. But I would say it was very short-lived. Very short-lived, man. Because honestly, I thought... Let me sit down. I thought what success was going to do for me was going to make me happy. After that, man, dude, I was so bummed out. I was like, man, I put in all this work and I'm still not happy. I thought success was going to bring me happiness. And I was like, I'm still like angry. I'm still like, in my head. I'm still just not there. Still sinking something. So from that on point, I kind of took my own like journey to my own hands about, being happy, trying to just let happiness come, but on the inside, not chasing something on the outside. And that was really huge for me. And that was only after 6 months of doing comedy, crying after each mic, because I sucked so bad that, people would like heckle and like run out the mic. I wasn't supposed to be sad. I was supposed to be a lot funnier. That's right. Deep meaning. So this is me too. I was kind of fucked up in this one too. So this is like only right after Mike, and I was like, I had a problem. I was horny, and and there was like a bachelorette. I don't know which one's the male or female one, but it was the female one, bachelorette. I don't know words a lot. They slip my tongue, but this group of chicks were coming out. They were like, "We're looking for Steve. I'm gonna suck his dick," and I was just like, "I'm Steve," and we're kind of like she's like, "Are you really Steve?" I was like, "I'm really Steve." She's like, "I don't believe it." And then there was a cool dude right next to me. He was like, "What? I knew Steve for years. That's Steve." So I'm golden, right? So like I'm with the group now. They're still partying. They're on the scavenger hunt. They're going to different like venues across town, just picking up little items like like vibrators and chocolate bunnies, which they were delicious. And we end up at the final stop. We end up at the club, and it was one of those clubs, and which nowadays are my favorite people to talk to, all drunk. But we're talking to them, the whole party group, and the party group finds Steve, the real Steve. That was like the prize at the end. And I was like, so my problem was that I was horny. I was gonna find fulfillment, but Steve had to fuck it up. And I was like, God damn it, Steve. And I ended up talking to this cool person named Purple Divine. And I realized too right there that love comes in a different amount of ways. I didn't realize that love didn't also mean sexual. Love can come in friendship, family, cool people that just text you, or just a cool conversation too, in the middle of nowhere. I met Purple Divine, and I realized all of that while just having that conversation. And it did what anybody would do, we just looked at each other, had that cool conversation, that moment, then I sucked her dick. Joking, but it was pretty big. No, joking. But it was just one of those little moments, man. Hang loose. It was hanging pretty loose. No. Alright. So many people kind of forget how to just have fun. It's like in the normal day-to-day life, we're all stressed out, and then we kind of what do we all do? We all work towards our vacation with our work hours. And then when that vacation comes, I don't know about you guys, but I'm still kind of in the go. And it's just learning how to just hang loose. The biggest examples of hanging loose for me is just enjoying a family barbecue, right? You don't have to take time off. Sometimes you do, if it's cool enough. Sorry, Auntie Steve. Hanging loose to me just means having fun. Yeah, do what makes you happy. So I was probably only I want to say 20. And I was looking at my big family vacation was coming up, and they were trying to go to Disneyland. Now the problem was that they're not fun. My family. What I didn't realize was that it's not necessarily, the idea of fun, but it's like, you know, the people that you have fun with. And it's about making those moments and just enjoying the people. Yeah. Buying groceries. So again, this is I have a tendency to do a lot of weird habits that I share with people on stage. Buying groceries, I don't know about you guys, but I always go for the salty food.
Yes.
Yeah?
So
Yeah? I love that stuff. But it's like, you know, I'm trying to buy healthier food. Hero's journey is call to adventure, the challenge, and the return. So, I'm off to Costco. Gotta buy toilet paper. So I'm looking for toilet paper. I'm like, oh my god, all right, get the toilet paper. Then we pay. Now that was the game plan. Now the game plan sidetracked a long little. Or when I saw like the, what do you call it, the menu for the cafeteria. Oh my god, those hot dogs, those pizzas. I've always said Costco would kill it if they started their own food chain. Am I wrong?
No.
Oh my god.
Very right.
Very, very right. But so the first thing I do is I enter, you know, just trying to stick to I'm trying to eat a little bit healthier, you know, just trying to take care of my house a little bit. And I'm making eyes with that pizza. I'm like, oh my god, is that an extra pepperoni? And you know, I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. I stay away from the pepperoni. That's the challenge. It's kind of a cruddy challenge, but hey, it's my challenge. And I defeat it. You know, I resist it. I'm like, back, Satan. I know your tricks. But, you know, I'm able to buy my toilet paper, 4-ply, because I'm American, and I know what I like, right? I don't know about you guys. When you guys are able to just stick to your game plan, whenever you're trying to go towards a goal, there's always going to be little things that are trying to stop you. But hey, you're a hero at the end of the day when you finish that. When you're a mom, you gotta wake up early in the morning, make your kids lunch. Yo, you're a hero. One, you didn't eat the kids' lunch. Yo, there's some good lunches in there. But two, you didn't fall back to sleep. Hey, you made it. You're a hero. It's the little things. Not so weird. All right, so I don't know. I'm a kind of a weird dude. So it's like, especially growing up, oh my god, such a little weirdo. Like I just had that anxiety of not being able to talk to people. So it's like I would always end up talking to the dog. I was a dog person, and I would, you know, I would make small talk. Was like when people started dancing, but like on the side, because I couldn't dance because I was too embarrassed to dance. So I would have to, like, when people started dancing, I was that weird kid in the back, like just looking at you guys like a murderer. Just really just was too what do you call it, weird. So it's just learning how to get out of your comfort zone. It's a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. And being like, oh hey, change. Change is good, change is different. Sorry little dog. I'm gonna talk and dance with some sweet ladies tonight. Yeah. Everyday life. Chores to be done. That's gross. I don't know if you guys ever clean up a garbage can.
Never.
Gross. Oh my god. My mom, she was like, Ernest, we need to clean the trash cans. And I can smell the trash cans from inside the house. That's how gross they were. I was like, I already knew. I knew this day was coming already. And, you know, my mom just mowed the lawn that morning. She was a little bit tired. Just a tiny bit. God, not a lot of it, just a tiny bit. She's a trooper. And she was like, Ernest, we need to clean these trash cans. And I did what any loving son would do. I pretended I was sick. And guys, the gagging I heard when she was cleaning those things is so nasty. All I heard was, "Oh my God, it's in my mouth!" And I was like, thank God I'm not out there playing with Call of Duty, boy. And I would say it's not my personal journey, but I was personally from my mom's personal journey. She had, the call to adventure was that she needed to clean these garbage cans. Now the challenge was not throwing up and while cleaning. But also one of the setbacks was that she thought she was gonna get help, where she had the strength to do it all along, thanks to her lazy boy. So she returned and she's great. I think most moms are already great, they just need to realize it too. I like this one the most just because it has food in it. That's why I picked it, I'm not gonna lie. You know, helping others is kind of interesting to me. It's one of those things that we're all around each other right now. Think about it, we're all here right now. How did we all get here? We pick our own transportation, whether that be the transportation system, you know, the Maxes, the buses. Who drives those? Another person. Whether you had a drink tonight or some food, who served that food to you? The bartender, the cooks. So it's kind of like a whole web. You know, when you're doing something, you're never doing it alone. There's always somebody else. And it might not be always obvious, as in like me serving food to the homeless. I might be helping somebody out in a different way. Like ordering pizza from Costco. You know, I'm helping them generate money so that she can look productive. You know, little things. Helping out. Okay, so guys, I was at this Max station, and I was trying to go home. It was late at night, and this guy I had my bike too, and this guy's like, "Hey man, do you have a bicycle pump?" And I was like, "Hey man, I don't." And this guy was like, "All right." And then he like starts asking other people, like, "Do you have a bike? Do you have a pump? Do you have a pump?" And they're like, "No." And like I'm sitting down on that bench, and I'm like, "Ernest, you do have a pump. It's at home. All you gotta do is get to the next Max station, ride your bike for like 20 minutes back. But you have a problem, Ernest. You're gonna not be able to watch Netflix tonight." And I was just like, "Oh, this sucks." And, you know, in my head, I'm like, all right, you know, I'll tell him. I'm like, "Yo, man, I got the pump. I'll help you out." And he's just like, "Dude, that'd be awesome." And finally, I mustered all the courage, what my little legs to do. I'm tired as shit by this point. I'm like, "All right, man, I'll help you out." I finally, you know, go to the house. My tire decides that I'm too fat for it. It has a breakdown of its own. So I ride my little scooter. So I'm just scootering to the guy. And I'm just like, "Hey man, I brought the bike pump." And he left. I was like, God, I tried to be a good person. So that's just helping others. Whether I didn't know he was going to be there or not, the deed was done. And your character is built by not when people are looking at you or you can see your acts. You build your character when nobody can see you. That was it. And that's the hero's journey.
Ernest, Cabellero, everybody, let's give it up! I do think that might be the best, well, at least the only presentation about Joseph Campbell's A Hero's Journey that includes Hang Loose. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Let me know. But I'm pretty sure that's the only one. So again, we do this every first Saturday of the month, 5 o'clock. Folks get up, they have some drinks, they give a presentation. My name is Kyle. Megan here's the producer. If you want to grab one of us, if you're thinking about this, seems fun, seems like a great way to spend some time on a Saturday afternoon. Love to have you present at an upcoming Drunken Discourse show. That said, so we just saw Ernest, the hero's journey in everyday life. Our next presenter, Jenna Vesper, she's going to give an insight into her everyday life, I guess. Let's bring it up for Jenna Vesper.
I feel like the word inside was intentional. Anyway, guys, hi everybody. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk here at Kelly's Olympian. Drunken Discourse. This thing is not a vibrator, but
it could be.
If you try hard enough, everything can be a vibrator. Good vibes only. TED Talk XXX. All right, guys, let's do this. I am anxious because I hated school. Okay. Sending good vibes. In this presentation, we will discuss the many uses of the common vibrator, the do's and don'ts of the common vibrator, what types of vibrators there are, so I can justify using the word common so much, and how to not talk to me after this show, thinking that you're really witty and flirty. It's not going to happen. But what is a vibrator, you might be asking yourselves, and that's a good question. Vibrator is most commonly known as a sex toy, usually phallic in nature. Not always, though. It is an electronic device that emits different types of vibrations. They can be in different speeds and patterns, depending on the model. Of course, the shapes and sizes of vibrators can vary from little bitty bitty tiny ones to as big as you could just be imagining, even maybe a little bigger. But they, of course, don't all come in one shape and size because not everybody's junk comes in one shape and size, all right, guys? No size queens, all right. Okay, so yes, when used up against a sex organ, the vibrations can cause a pleasurable or painful sensation if that's your thing. I'm not going to judge you. And then, of course, using the right connotation, an orgasm will happen. That is also how babies are made. All right, looky here. So that's the thing. Some people are confused about vibrators versus dildos. They are two separate things. Very much so. Vibrators are there on the left. They vibrate. You use batteries. Some of them are rechargeable. You get a little plug in, and you can plug it into your computer, and then your computer will know all of your secrets. Dildos, of course, are used with your hands. And or also, I probably should have mentioned that you can just often stick a lot of them on the side of your wall or your shower. And you can use them to fuck yourself or somebody else using your hands. Dildos do come in a bunch of different shapes and sizes as well. People think that you should just use one that looks like a dick. Not always. Sometimes a nice curved one is really great. Or they have ones that have both ends, so you can fuck two people at once, or ones that have a part that goes in one orifice and in also a butthole too at the same time. Lots of options. Let's see here. Okay, yes, important question. Will a vibrator destroy my marriage? If you're asking yourself this question, the answer is yes. Probably will. But here's the thing. So, anyone heard of Dan Savage? The sex advice columnist? He's been often quoted as saying, you wouldn't look at somebody who built a house and then with a hammer and say, you didn't actually build that house, the hammer did. So you wouldn't look at somebody who achieved an orgasm with a tool and say, you didn't achieve that orgasm, the tool did. You still achieved it because you used the tool and you helped your partner. So that is an important lesson to take away from this. Sex toys will not ruin a relationship, they will only make them stronger. Unless you're a dickhead. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Please use a tool other than your dick sometimes, guys. All right. Speaking of tools. Despite mainstream knowledge of what vibrators are used for, sex toys, they can be used for all sorts of uses, conundrums, like occasions, everything you want to, it's totally fine. You don't have to use a vibrator just on your sex organs. For example, can't find a hammer. Take your most sturdy vibrator that you own, make sure it's charged, and just use it to hammer in a nail, to hang a painting, or really, anything you need to hang other than yourself. Just make sure you watch out for your fingers. You don't want to hammer those. Need roadside assistance. Strap a couple glow sticks to the largest vibrator you own. Turn it on. Can be used as a flare. True story.
Do you always travel with your vibrator?
Yeah, I do, yes. Yeah, you never know when you need to come. Actually, it's a funny story. If you go online to shebop.com, which is a great website for local sex toys, they have a wearable vibrator that's very thin and sexy and elegant looking. It's really it's like a metal type of thing. It's a necklace. And it is, no joke, called the Vesper, which is my last name, if you missed that earlier. I'm not sure who I need to sue for copyright infringement, but one day I'll own that vibrator as well. That's my goal. It's quite expensive, but we'll get there. Anyway, another thing you use a vibrator for is for other, more personal things. Fussy baby. Do you guys have a fussy baby at home?
Yes.
Yes, who doesn't have a fussy baby at home? Studies show that fussy babies will often calm down if they are in a device that will give them consistent vibrations. It really helps them out. But you might be asking yourself, baby Bjorns are expensive as fuck. Solution: strap a vibrator to a bassinet. Turn it on. Start with the lowest vibrations first. Don't want to scare the baby more than it already is. And yeah, it's really gonna be great. This is the thing, guys, I am a nanny, so I do know that this trick works. Works great. Also, if you just maybe freeze the vibrator and then put it in their mouth for when they're teething. Totally fine. Too soon. Not soon enough. Oh my god, you guys. I didn't realize how hard. You shouldn't just read the things you say on it. Yeah, well, that's fine, guys. You're not grading me later, right? Oh boy. So another this presentation, I was asked to make a presentation. I was like, what do I know about? This is what's a personal thing that I can talk about? And so I was really realizing that a lot of things I do, as Kyle mentioned earlier, the inside of my daily life is I deal with vibrators a lot. I am somebody who is very, very single, and I suffer from dry skin. Everyone knows when you're really single, it's super hard to apply lotion in places that you can't reach. It's so fucking hard, and you just don't know what to do. My solution is I do put lotion on the end of a vibrator, and then I just get all the areas that I need. So this is a really good life hack for a lot of people. I promise you this. some of those back scratchers and those things that you can use that cost like upwards of $20 on Google or Amazon. So anyway, you already have a vibrator at home. There you go. Pro tip though, I don't recommend doing what I do, which is sleeping with your vibrator in your bed as well, because you will roll over with it stuck to your back. With the lotion on it. And that's just awkward. Fun fact, first ever documented use of a vibrator was actually by women in the 1940s, so churn milk into butter. It's true. Do's and don'ts. This is a really good one. I realized I joked earlier about freezing your vibrator. Don't do that. That'll break it. Don't actually do that. Do's, regularly clean it, please. Do replace the batteries every month or charge it. Do sing to it. It's a special person. And as I mentioned earlier, sleep with it in your bed. Just make sure you dry it off, so it doesn't get stuck to your back. But it's really nice. I feel like sleeping with my vibrator has really improved our relationship, It's just like, I feel more connected to her. I don't just have to use it and then just put her in the fucking drawer and roll over and go to sleep, We can cuddle, talk about our day, our dreams. And then, when she does get stuck to my back, I see that as a positive, though, because it's like, I guess I am the little spoon, right? Yeah, that's good. Don't leave it in direct sunlight or put it in the freezer. Don't use it as a defensive weapon. It will only get you laid. Don't stick it into electrical outlets. And again, most important, don't use it as a Q-tip. Seems like a good idea, but it's not going to work out well. But speaking of health reasons that you can use your vibrators for, I last year came up with a really great, super revolutionary use for a vibrator. And it's kind of the thing that spearheaded this whole concept for this TED Talk here is homeopathic treatment of a sinus infection. Wait for it. I was suffering from one of the worst sinus infections I ever had in my life last year. It was going on for 2 weeks. Medication was doing nothing for me. The doctor's like, here's all this, you can do a neti pot rinse. Nothing was fucking working. I was dying. I did not know what to do. And I had just the most true to come Jesus, pun intended, moment ever. When I looked over my bed, saw my vibrator. And then here we go. Yeah, so healthy sinuses, there's this, the gross one, here you go. Yeah, treatment. Charge your vibrator. Definitely important, guys. But then, just turn it on and just apply it to your sinuses. Yes. Rub it against your face. All the sinus areas here I pointed out. I'm just so fucking serious, guys. This helped immediately. It does. All this little gross shit here, all the slime you got from touching the bus. And kids, if you work with kids, it's the worst. And so if you vibrate it on those areas, it loosens up the mucus and it helps you. The time I did it for the first time, my ears popped immediately. It was the best orgasm I've ever had. And so you just kind of literally take it and just rub it. The ears are the best part. Feels really good. You get it in here, and in here. And then if you do it on your nose long enough, you will sneeze. And that also helps loosen things up. So that's my trademark. Don't fucking steal it from me. But it is important, and I've had people actually text me back and be like, that fucking suggestion you gave me to use my vibrator, it worked. So, you are welcome, everybody.
Thanks,
Yeah. Fun fact, vibrators are used as massagers, right? But did you know you can massage your feet with it? Yeah. No one wants to talk about it, but it's true. You don't just have to use it on your neck. Anyway. I'm bad at presenting things, damn it.
You're doing great.
Thank you, guys.
So good.
It's like the thing's faster than I am. I should have. That's what the vibrator said. Thank you. So people, you guys, so this has been a lot of really good practical advice for, the little millennial and me, but maybe you're a mom. Maybe there's any moms in the audience? Yeah?
One right here.
Yeah, for the MILFs out there, don't be afraid to get creative. You can use your vibrator to curl your hair, use it as a hot perm, or to whisk up some cake batter. It's gonna be great. You would, yeah, I like that. You fucking would, wouldn't you? See, but the thing is, vibrators are not gonna destroy your marriage, so they're only gonna help it, You're gonna get cake too, it's great. And finally, for the bros out there, I know there are a couple bros in here. You guys have been like, hey lady, what about me? How am I supposed to use my vibrator? Other than the obvious. Don't fret. I've thought of my bros in the audience, don't worry. You can use your Vibro at home as well to mix your protein shakes. Or your egg whites in the morning. Whatever you guys are doing out there, definitely use them for that. Yes, okay, so I'm already done because I don't know how presentations work. In conclusion, get creative. The only thing holding you back from using your vibrator in different ways is having a closed heart and mind. So just open that up. Think about all the things. Support small local businesses like Shebop, mentioned earlier. Babeland in Seattle. Don't buy really cheap vibrators. You want to get the quality stuff. They're great. Yeah, silicone. As I mentioned here, if you buy a silicone vibrator, you can clean it and actually sterilize it, and you can share it. As Kyle was asking earlier, can you return one? Don't return it. Give it to a friend. True story. I owned about 10 sex toys from friends who just didn't like it the way it did with them, and they've given them to me, and now I have them. So you can totally do that. Make sure you get a rechargeable one. It's worth the investment. True story, both my rechargeable vibrator and my rechargeable water pick flosser, those batteries die the same day, every month. So floss your teeth. It's fine. And again, seriously, don't talk to me after the show. No, I don't want to hear it. I don't need to hear your witty little remarks on how I can use the vibrator in a different way with you later. So that's what I gotta say about that. And thank you.
Thank you guys for coming on out.
Yes. So, Ernest, what Shaolin temple are you from? And does it have 36 chambers?
I do look like a monk.
Slightly.
A lot of it. To be honest with you, it was funny enough. I was only it was probably about 2 years ago. I decided to go to a monastery. I was like, I look like him. Try it out for like a month. And I actually went on out there. It was pretty awesome. Like, I didn't realize that monks can be dicks also. So I like, it felt like family, So now I'm talking to all these monks, and they are pretty cool people. They're, more relaxed, passive, but in a good way, right?
I'm intrigued. How did you learn that monks could be dicks as well? What removed the veil from your eyes?
I hate washing toilets.
Okay, all right.
These guys are dicks about it. Oh, you don't like washing toilets? Yeah, I don't like washing toilets. Like, who does like washing toilets? People poop in them. End of the day, me bickering back and forth did not play out. They did some really mean stuff, but it was lightheartedly, in a way that kind of sinks in a little bit afterwards, Yeah.
Ernest, did you have your feelings hurt by a monk?
had my heart broken by my mom. She was really cute. That bald head, oh my god. Bald head on? God damn, that was sexy.
So Ernest, are you from Portland originally?
I was born in Portland. You know, I grew up on the little towns outside of Portland. So like Hillsborough area and Hood River too. I don't know if anybody's from Hood River area. You know, I was raised over there. It's awesome, amazing. Cherries, oh my god. Have you had them over there? Melt in your mouth.
And you live in Portland currently?
Currently Portland.
Fantastic. What brought you to Portland from the little small towns?
Little small town boy, living in the low world. Oh, I mean, Jenna's awesome. I just met her right now. I would definitely.
Move here for that.
Most people do move here for Jenna. I would say, honestly, it would just be the opportunities the city offers. You know, you're gonna always find more opportunities in cast your net in whatever field you're trying to pursue. But honestly, that's what brought me out. It was stand-up comedy, right?
Right on. And so you do plenty of shows and nights as a comic in Portland.
I would take back the show part. Now open mics. Hey, you can find Ernest Cabellero. Yeah.
As I just demonstrated, stand-up comedy is the easiest thing. Am I wrong?
I would say it's easy, but it's one of those things that you don't really think. You just gotta do.
Right on, right on. What are you doing when you're not telling jokes into microphones here in Portland?
Telling shitty jokes at people at the bus stop. You know, to be honest with you, I really try to just improve myself as a person, because I think if you improve yourself, you know, it reflects in your other parts of your life too. Like quite recently, I'm trying to stop eating candy bars in the morning. No, honestly, I eat dark chocolate. You know, I try to go for the healthier chocolate at least. And yeah, I wake up, roll over, I'm like, this is how I'm starting my day. Like, it's just the little things, guys.
Cool. What are you drinking? If folks like your presentation want to give you a congratulatory beverage afterwards, what are you drinking today?
I got slammed on those apple cider beer. I don't even know what it was called. I forgot the name. It was all squiggly lines by the time I was reading it. Yeah.
The crack research team said Angry Orchards.
Angry Orchard. That is my favorite type of beer.
Okay. What's your pick of choice? Angry Orchards or White Claw?
Oh. Angry Orchards. I'm gonna say Angry Orchards. That's just because in Hood River I did grow up on an orchard, and it was it wasn't an apple orchard, but it was a cherry orchard. Yeah. Oh, and I ate them apples too. You were asked what you would like to plug, and you provided this YouTube channel. Do you want to share this and why you feel it's important for others to check out? The YouTube channel was just called Improvement Pill, just 2 words. And just the whole idea of the YouTube channel was just little tips on how you can improve yourself on everyday situations. Kind of like, you know, trying to develop a new habit. You know, you're trying to learn how to budget. Shitty budgeter over here. He'll give you tips on how to actually budget-wise and little things on how to actually, what do you call it? When you when you get a success on let's say a trip or a show, how to keep that momentum going. Right, I don't know if there's a word for it, but it's just how to keep that momentum going in your life. And it's just those little things that you kind of watch, because I like the improvement stuff.
Nice. So it's like practical improvements in day-to-day living.
Day-to-day living, exactly. This guy's saying it a lot better than I am.
Reminded me a little bit before I heard more about I don't know if you're familiar with Ron Funches' podcast, Getting Better.
Oh, I've not seen it.
Check it out. There might be some overlap there.
Okay.
Ernest, what are you presenting about today? What's your presentation topic?
We are doing the hero's journey in everyday's life. Yeah.
The hero's journey, provided by
Joseph Campbell.
So is he how would you describe him? Is he like a philosopher? Is he a theorist? Is he an anthropologist? What's his actual title? Is he a guy? Some guy? How would you describe Joseph Campbell?
You know, I think he's like an amazing storyteller. Honestly, if you were to like pinpoint him, he's a storyteller. I think Bill Cosby was a storyteller in his own right. You know, in comedy, Joseph Campbell's the way he tells his stories a lot better than I can. But if you ever get to just watch, there's a Netflix show out on the hero's journey. You just gotta look up Joseph Campbell on there. Check him on out. The best way I can explain him, he's just a cool dude, sitting down, having a conversation. That's it.
Cool, man. Well, I'm really looking forward to your presentation. Thanks so much. Everybody give it up for Ernest Cabellero. And then sitting to Ernest's immediate right is Jenna Vesper. Let's hear it for Jenna, everybody.
Hello. How's it going?
So, Jenna, you are not from Portland. Is this
No,
correct? Where are you from?
I'm from Napa, California. Yeah. So sorry. Yeah, I'm from there. I've been here though for like 16 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm an honorary, right? At this point.
You got roots here.
Yeah.
You're dug in the soil.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I will. You couldn't pay me enough money to like go back to California. Fuck that place.
Do you get upset at other people from California that come here? Do you shake your fist?
Oh yeah, definitely. and it's funny, and I like to pretend that like I'm not a part of the problem. Like, I moved here 16 years ago. I'm not a part of the problem, except for that I am because I convinced at least 6 people to move up here a while ago. A long time before it was a problem. Damn it. God. But it is when I see like a building get torn down or whatever, I get fucking mad. It's like, oh wait.
Do you ever feel like a twinge of guilt?
Oh yeah, no. That's
right.
why I just keep drinking. It's fine.
So, right on. So Jenna, you do plenty of shows, right? That's what I understand. You produce some shows. What are some shows that you produce?
I loved Ernest's thing earlier. Take out the show part. It's hard. Portland comedy it's hard to get out there and to get all the shows. But yeah, I produce a bunch of shows in town. I produce a show here sometimes at Kelly's called Disowned, and that's a show where comics do their jokes with their parents being live streamed behind them. I also produce a show called Comic Strip, and that's where comics do their jokes while they strip. Woo! Yeah, so you can tell me whether the parent one or the stripping one is worse for the comic?
Same time.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's funny, I'll have comics I book for both shows, and I'll have comics who tell me no to the parental one, but yes to the stripping one. So you can tell you what that is about. I also produce a show called Smut, which is a dirty comedy show in Portland, and probably like my proudest thing right now is I host and produce a podcast that is about the Bachelor franchise. Yeah, which loses some people, but doing a podcast about recapping The Bachelor and The Bachelorette and Bachelor in Paradise is actually a pretty popular genre within the podcasting community because it's mostly a lot of comics doing these, some bigger ones too, who just shit on the franchise, and talk shit about all the dumb shit that's happening and call out the problematic aspects of it, and so I'm jumping into that game as well. And it's fun and addicting, and my podcast is called Date Card Pod.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. That's like Stitcher, iPod.
Yeah,
iTunes.
iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify.
Nice. When you're not being funny in front of a microphone, how do you spend your time in Portland?
I'm a full-time nanny. Yeah, I know. Who would give their children to me? But people do give their children to me, surprisingly. Yeah, and so...
What are you drinking? I see you.
Oh yeah, I'm drinking a PBR with a straw.
Why a straw, Jenna? Is it because you hate the turtles?
It is because I hate the turtles. I'm sorry though. Like low-key though, when was the last time a turtle helped me snort coke?
You guys heard it? Jenna Vesper hates turtles. We understand it right there. That's the news for today.
No. Yeah, but you guys can get on my game if you'd like to. Drinking a canned beer with a straw is actually very practical. I have a lot of reasons I do it. The first reason is I don't want to mess up my lipstick. You'll see the lipstick's on there, not on the can or my face. That's great, right? Number 2, I have sensitive teeth. If anyone has sensitive teeth, I recommend this. It's really good for your teeth. Number 3, when you're at a party, you'll know which PBR is yours. Okay, right. Final reason.
But
Slight-
what if, right, exactly. Like, now you start a fad, and everybody's like, oh no, which can of
It's
PBR
okay.
my straw?
No one's gonna be at the parties I'm at. It's fine. Too cool for you guys. So we'll talk about it later. The final reason is that it makes it slightly harder to drug.
You got a smart one here.
Yeah.
Jenna, I read this decree that said you were the funniest comedian in all the land. And then it was weird because I was reading it in like a coffee shop. There was like trumpets when I read this decree. So what's this all about? Explain this.
Yeah, I hire those people to play at all coffee shops everywhere in town. No, I was recently nominated and voted as best comedian by the Willamette Week in the Portland Best Of. Unfortunately, it means nothing because I'm a woman. It's fine.
Wait, that's not funny.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's funny, but not a ha ha. So talk a little bit about that. So you had to be nominated to be part of the field.
Yeah.
And then did you hustle?
Oh, I hustled.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Share a little bit about it.
Well, actually, it's funny. I was in the same my like mentor and favorite comedian in town, Belinda Carroll. You should look her up. She's been doing comedy for like 10 years. She was also nominated for Best Comic in Portland, and her and I were going at it. It's all this thing. But I made sure to post a lot of memes that I made myself with things that were about voting for Jenna, and I also posted a lot of nudes where I covered the important parts with "Vote for me," and it worked.
Dudes work. All right, that's what I want.
And Belinda was very mad. I was like, "Bitch, just show your tits. I don't know what to tell you. That's how it works in this town." Again, it doesn't really matter because I am a woman and whatever.
I want to ask: Have you ever been best of anything prior?
Oh, shit. Wait, we're allowed to say anything on this thing, right? Okay. I've been told by many people I give the best blowjob.
I feel like Lama Week should expand her best of Portland. This dude. Well, that's really great, Jenna.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
I mean, well, not the best. The best comedian, like that has to be very validating.
Oh, it wasn't really validating. I made jokes about how it doesn't matter. It super matters, and it was voted by peers and people, so it was really sweet. Thank you guys.
What are you presenting about today? What's your topic?
I'm doing a TED Talk of sorts about all the type of uses for the common vibrator.
Oh, vibrator. I have questions.
Yes.
When is it possible, and B, like, what is the window of time that you could return a gently used vibrator?
Never.
Yeah, probably never really. Actually, if you buy a nice enough one, you do get a kind of like a warranty. Thank you. I'm so sorry. Yeah, they have a warranty, and you can fill that out, and you can send it back to the manufacturer. You're gonna get probably a different one back. I'm not sure what they do with those other ones. They probably give them to the less fortunate.
To Africa?
Yeah. There are horny children in Africa.
So it's like the sports, like the losing team for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And like, you know what I'm saying? Like the less good vibrator.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I have plenty of less good ones. But see, I'm lazy, so I just keep them in a pile in my room for decor later. I don't know.
I think you did probably answer the second question I had, is like, can you return it to the manufacturer if it, like, the battery doesn't keep its charge, or if it just does a poor job getting you off? Like, can you write, like, "Dear sir, does not make me come. Send me a replacement vibrator ASAP." Have you done that?
Yeah, well the thing is, like, when you're writing to the letter to the sir, it's also like the same way when you're like talking to a sir and you're like, "Dear sir, I didn't come from what you did to me," you know? So really that usually results in you just having to leave.
Final question on the topic is, what which wedding anniversary is the vibrator anniversary? Like, there's like the paper and the wood. Is it like 7 years, 50,
Yeah.
40? Like,
It's year 69.
so you make it to your 69th wedding anniversary.
And then you can finally buy your wife a vibrator. Otherwise, that's against God's law prior to that, anyway.
All right. Well, I'm excited to see your presentation. Thanks so much. Let's give it up one more time for Jenna, Vesper. I have asked both of our presenters today to kind of think of like the first time that they presented on stage, like a story or a lesson or an anecdote they could share. Because I mean, this show, as I said, if you're here and you get an inspiration and you want to present, and if you feel like you can do it, fantastic. We'd love to have you. So it's a way to encourage people, maybe getting over stage fright or what have you. Both of them have stories they'd like to share. I want to start with you, Jenna. What story did you want to share today?
I was thinking about it. I'm sure there's probably more embarrassing stories, but this is empowering, I guess. I was probably about 6 years ago or so. I hadn't started doing comedy or anything yet. And I was unemployed, and I was helping volunteer for PSU's production of the Vagina monologues. And I was going to just sell tickets at the door and be like a helper. But somebody canceled last minute who was in the production, and they just like picked me randomly. I must look like I like to talk about vaginas. And they were like, can you do this monologue in like 2 weeks time with like basically no time to practice? But like I said, I was unemployed, so I had all the fucking time in the world. And I memorized this 8-minute monologue just through and through, totally did it, memorized it, went on stage, performed it, and it was definitely the most, of the vagina monologues, it's the most like ranty one. It's called My Angry Vagina, and it's just like this woman up there just fucking ranting about all things like tampons and how dry and terrible they are and all these different things. And I did the monologue, and at the end after the show, I had like 5 people go up to me and be like, did you fucking write that? Because that was amazing. And it was somebody else's work, but I think it really inspired me that you can go up there and really take something and make it your own and be like, rant and feel part of something. That's why I eventually started doing comedy versus like acting, which I did in high school, because acting is more of a character, but I personally like to just get on stage and be myself. And people often like it if you're just yourself.
Right on. Well, thanks so much, Jenna. That's great.